Bullets fly at a gas station. An innocent man is caught in the crossfire. How you can help police catch his killer. Flames rage as a firefighter throws himself into harm's way to rescue a couple from this burning building. Ben.
Karen, the holiday weekend is here. So nice here at home and so dangerous down south. We'll look at the latest on Dorian coming up.
We are live from Arts, Beats and Eats in downtown Royal Oak. We will tell you all of the activities you can be a part of and preview some new things as well. First at 4.
Live from downtown, home of WDIV and Click on Detroit. Local 4 News First at 4 starts now.
Good afternoon, I'm Karen Drew. First at 4, a deadly day in Metro Detroit. We have some wild new video that shows the moment a gunman opened fire at a gas station. Now, this happened on 4th Street near Schaefer last night. Police say 3 or 4 people pulled into a parking lot in a white minivan and then opened fire. A woman and a 46-year-old man were both hit. The man later died at the hospital. We're told at least 40 rounds were fired. Police say using a gun to settle a fight makes no sense.
It's bad enough to go there to settle a dispute or whatever the reason that we eventually discover is behind the shooting with a firearm, but to go there and fire indiscriminately and hit somebody who's an innocent bystander is just horrible.
Police are still looking for the men involved. If you recognize the car or have any information, call Detroit Police. Shell casings littered Woodward Avenue in Ferndale this morning after a shooting outside of a bar leaves 2 people injured. Now, this happened at the Bosco Lounge just north of 9 Mile. Police called it a chaotic scene as they spent the morning looking for clues. The 2 men hit are in the hospital this afternoon. Right now, police have 2 people of interest in custody. They're trying to figure out exactly what led up to that shooting. The man charged in the fatal dog mauling of a 9-year-old girl could get out of jail tonight. Today, a judge lowered the bail of Pierre Cleveland from $2 million to $20,000. Last week, Cleveland was charged with murder and involuntary manslaughter in the death of Emma Hernandez. Prosecutors say Cleveland's dogs had a violent past before mauling and killing little Emma. He's scheduled to be back in court next month. A firefighter springs into action and rescues 2 people from a large building fire over in southwest Detroit. This happened this morning, happened near Verner and Junction. Firefighters called for backup after seeing how large those flames were. The flames reached 3 different buildings, with one of the buildings completely collapsing. The firefighter was injured when rescuing a woman from the 2nd story.
And as they were coming down the ladder, there were 2 people on the ladder. The lady slipped and fell against the firefighter, who then fell backwards up against the planter and banged his ribs up a little bit. He's going to be okay.
Well, that's good news. It's going to be okay. The firefighters were able to get the flames under control. Right now, investigators are trying to figure out how the fire started. Tracking Hurricane Dorian and the calm before the storm. This is a look at the eye of the hurricane from space as it churns in the Atlantic. Florida is in its path, but first the Bahamas. Let's get over to Ben. He's tracking Dorian's path and strength.
Yeah, Karen, that eye is something we didn't see yesterday, and that is a sign of how strong Dorian is getting. It is now a major Category 3 hurricane with 115-mile-per-hour sustained winds. This storm is going to continue to gain strength, becoming a Category 4 storm Saturday evening and likely staying at that strength before making landfall in Florida. This forecast is not getting better for anybody in the Sunshine State. In fact, it's getting worse for a lot of folks. There's going to be a turn. The question is, does that happen after it makes landfall here in South Florida, or does it turn earlier and put more of the U.S. Atlantic coast at risk? In fact, we've got that Category 1 hurricane as we go into the end of the forecast. So it is going to slow down and stay with Florida if it makes landfall at that position. But there are still a lot of questions with this storm. The one thing that we are fairly certain of is that this storm is not going to lose any strength before it makes landfall.
It's really frightening, and obviously Florida's preparing.
Let's hope.
Yeah, they definitely are. I mean, obviously with the gas stations and hitting the grocery stores, they are preparing for the worst as they're picking up generators, and the lines of cars just snaking around the gas stations just terribly long. People are being told to keep a week's worth of food. Nadia Romero is in West Palm Beach this afternoon as Florida is under a state of emergency.
Looks pretty bad, and it's unpredictable.
The entire state of Florida is under a state of emergency as residents prepare for Hurricane Dorian.
I've considered getting out of town, but flights are pretty much sold out, and the ones that are available are extremely expensive.
Forecasters warn people should prepare before the arrival of tropical storm force winds, which are expected to hit the coast of Florida on Sunday night.
Too dangerous to be outside. You have to have things wrapped up. You don't want to be carrying plywood around in those type of winds.
The National Guard has been deployed as they get in place to help.
We expect about 2,000 soldiers and airmen from the Florida National Guard mobilized by the end of day today.
One major concern, long lines at gas stations as people fuel up before the storm hits.
I think Miami, 48% of the gas stations were out as of this morning.
But the governor says the state is resupplying gasoline as authorities urge residents to be ready to move out of the storm's way.
Make the preparations that you need. You do have some time, but that time is running out.
In West Palm Beach, Florida, I'm Nadia Romero reporting.
Now, obviously, we'll be tracking the storm all weekend long, but I feel kind of sad to say that we have to talk about our local weather, and we really do have a nice forecast as they're battling some really dangerous weather.
Yeah, you almost feel guilty.
Yeah, you do.
Getting a weather like this, but we've got very few problems to look at, and really, these high clouds may be the worst thing that we have to contend with. There is going to be some rain sort of sandwiched into our weekend forecast. Temperatures are not going to be a concern. Humidity is not going to be a problem. In fact, when we put all 3 days together of the holiday weekend, there could be a late Saturday night shower, but the daylight hours are looking dry. Unfortunately, it does look like there's better chances of rain on Sunday, but not for everybody. So we'll be more specific about who's under the gun for those showers. Monday is probably going to be the pick day of the 3. Now, there will be some humidity starting to creep up towards the end there on Monday, but temperature-wise, we'll be up to 80 to finish. We'll take a longer look at your holiday weekend and, of course, Dorian in just a few minutes. Karen?
Thank you very much, Ben. Help me, Hank. Alert this afternoon. Ford recalling 500,000 pickup trucks and SUVs because of a hidden danger if you're involved in a crash. The seat backs in 550,000 cars may not properly restrain people because they may be missing a part. The recall covers some F-150 and Super Duty trucks as well as Explorers and Expeditions. Dealers will inspect the seats and replace them if needed. You can find the exact make and models being recalled on our website, clickondetroit.com. President Trump calling out General Motors today on Twitter in the ongoing tariff war with China. The president criticized GM for cutting jobs in the U.S., writing, quote, General Motors, which was once the giant of Detroit, is now one of the smallest auto manufacturers. They moved major plants to China before I came into office. He went on to encourage them to move jobs back to America. GM hasn't responded to the tweet. Now, this all comes as the president is set to impose a new round of tariffs on billions of dollars in Chinese goods on Sunday. That's going to escalate that trade war. In other news, it is the Labor Day weekend. Summer winding down, football is back. Thousands will be out in Royal Oak for Arts, Beats, and Eats. And Jamie Edmonds is there live this afternoon to show us some of the fun events for the kids. Hey, Jamie.
Hey there, Karen. It is a beautiful day for Arts, Beats, and Eats in downtown Royal Oak. I'm joined by Kevin Hurd of the Detroit News, and you are here because we're in the Detroit News Kids Zone.
Yes, we are. This year, we've been a proud sponsor of the Arts, Beats, and Eats Festival for over 10 years. And we are just more excited, can't be more excited to come back this year for this great community event. We are having some award-winning great artists and performances throughout this weekend, right there on the DIA stage.
Okay, and so I think the camera is showing face painting. We're going to talk to the Michigan Science Center. What all is here?
So you have face painting, you have the Michigan Science Center, you have arts and scraps, you have some really great activities, interactive activities all weekend for kids of all ages, just to really fully enjoy the community here in Royal Oak.
And you talked about that stage. You have some acts?
Yes, there are some great acts. Michigan Science Center will be up there doing some really great interactive things all day, and we're really excited. The Detroit News is a proud sponsor of this community, and we really like it.
All right, Kevin, you and I talked about getting hydrated. It is hot out there. He's about to get some water. Now I'm going to join the Michigan Science Center. Let me come around. This is Anna Sterna. Anna, tell us what all of these lovely kids are doing.
Well, we are trying out astronaut training school here today. So we actually have some big bulky gloves, and the kids are actually trying to accomplish some small tasks like taking nuts off of bolts or putting a cap on and off a water bottle. And we're talking about how astronauts have to overcome these challenges while they're wearing their spacesuits in outer space.
That's fun. I think they're having fun. I'm going to put you guys on the spot. Are you guys having fun?
Yeah.
One more?
Yeah.
All right, that's 100% that they're loving Anna Sterner and the Michigan Science Center. We're going to be here all afternoon, but this right here is what the kids can enjoy in downtown Royal Oak. Karen, back to you.
It always is a great event. My kiddos are there with their cousins this afternoon, so keep an eye out for them. Thanks.
I'll look for them.
All right, thank you, Jamie. Well, a teen has a warning for anyone selling something on Facebook, what she admits she did wrong that led to a physical fight all over an American Girl doll. Plus,
no, wait!
a mother captures a driver narrowly missing children as they get off the school bus. This is a good reminder to slow down as kids head back to school. But first, the brother of Olympic gymnast Simone Bowles is charged in a triple murder, what he is accused of doing in an Ohio apartment that led to the deadly encounter.